Hello, everybody. It's an afternoon. I tell you what, it's been a couple of weeks and I have not been able to go live. I've not had a voice that was worth shooting. So much going on. And I just wasn't able to do much without coughing. I got my water here because I'm sure I'm going to be coughing a lot. But that little tickle that just is kind of there. Is anybody else having the allergies in Middle Tennessee right now? Maybe you are listening somewhere else and you have the allergy things going on that are just killing you too. It's crazy. I know everybody says have a spoon of local honey, and I don't have any local honey. I need to get some local honey. But I will tell you what I do have. I have some very cool events and some things coming up. This week, for instance, we just had Tennessee Ag Day on the Hill. Tomorrow is actual National Day of Agriculture in America. And in Tennessee, we just had Ag Day on the Hill, which is our legislature here in the state of Tennessee. And it was a really cool event. Our Tennessee Department of Agriculture was there. So everybody got to go out to the hill, get a biscuit, get some fresh milk from the state of Tennessee, from one of our local dairies, and got to see a lot of farm animals. There's so much agriculture going on, and we celebrate it here in the state of Tennessee. I love being from here, and I love that that Tennessee supports the farmers so much. We've got a lot of industry here, but I tell you, celebrating the farmers is what's really cool about this area. Look at some folks stopping by. Linda is in Arkansas. Linda is going to be at the 4th of July celebration that we have every 4th of July at the Loretta Lynn Ranch. The tickets have already gone on sale. If you go to the Loretta Lynn Ranch site, you can go and get your tickets now. Go ahead and get your tickets. Go ahead and get your cabins, but you can't have ours. Our little soul sister group, we're going to be in the bunkhouse. So we already got that. But if you have an RV and you want to be a part of it, Linda's going to be there. Yes, you are. It's a family reunion. And if you love Conway and Loretta music, and a lot of times, if you just love the people that you've met there, I tell you, I have met family. It's just, that's what's so cool about it. And that's the 4th of July weekend. And it's going to be so cool. There's my Debbie Randall. Hey, hey, hey. I'm late in the afternoon today. I was so wheezy this morning. I couldn't even get a word out. But I'm better now. And I'm hearing everything that's going on in Middle Tennessee. Hope you guys will be part of what we're doing. We got some really cool events coming up, including there is a new book that's coming out. Let's see if, do y'all like Hannah Dasher? Hannah Dasher is just the cutie pie of all time. She's so funny. And she's got an Instagram page devoted to cooking called Stand By Your Pan. She's very retro, very cool, and very funny. And her book is in Walmart.
Going to Walmart, see my book, Stand By Your Pan. On the bestseller shelf. Come on. Go back to the book section, right by electronics.
Something warm.
I'm in Walmart, y'all. Stand by your pan. Go get your coffee.
Is that not the cutest thing in the world? Stand by your pan. It's just good old Southern recipes. Like Coca-Cola cake and stuff like that. And you might already know how to make every recipe in there, but I guarantee you're not going to enjoy it as much as go into this book. There's Elizabeth. There's our EB. EB is going to be at the ranch, Loretta Lynn Ranch, for 4th of July. And there is Leslie. Oh, I know, Leslie. I'm finally getting to where I can get through without snorting and sneezing. I got to where I'm just going to be honest with you, y'all. I just had gone through so many Kleenexes that finally I got a really soft cloth and just used that. I sneezed and snorted so much. I know. I adore Hannah too. She is just so fantastic. And getting a copy of that book is going to be so adorable. And I think she's playing a show that I'm part of coming up not too long. But anyway, wherever you can find Hannah Dasher, get her to sign that book. She's so fantastic. And I met some people this weekend that I'm going to be turning you guys on to as well. There's a new project, a new song that is ready for pre-save from a young man named Greg Pratt. He's got a rich baritone voice. I just love him. I loved him from his very first single, a song called Different Strings. And he's got a brand new project out. This current single is out. It's called Overcome. Um, Judge us not by what we've done, but by what we've overcome. It is one of the best songs I've heard in country. Greg Pratt Country is how you find him. But also, he's got a brand new thing that's out.
So I woke up one morning and started writing this song about cheap seats. So Babe Ruth is noted with saying, the loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. And he's talking about baseball. And Alabama has a song called Cheap Seats as well. And it's talking about baseball. That's not what I know about cheap seats. What I know about cheap seats is concert nosebleeds. And it's a way of life, dude. People just drunk as hell, cussing the hell out of each other. And I remember my dad used to play Alabama in the car on the way to school. Mom listened to some stuff all around the board. It was kind of like, all right, cool. But every once in a while, Dad worked a lot, so he didn't get to take us to school all the time. But when he did, it was always Dixieland Delight on the way to school. And it was crazy. We'd roll up to our school and he'd be blaring out the windows. So I wrote that with that memory in mind. It's a cool song because it's kind of a different, it's a hat tip to Alabama, but it's also a different take on what cheap seats are. And the cheap seats for this guy in the song are not just the cheap seats that he was in there with his dad at that concert. It's his memories are the cheap seats. That's what he holds on to. So it's again, one of those where we looked inside and tried to write the crap out of something that meant something to us.
And if you go to Greg Pratt Country on any of the social platforms, you can pre-save that. And so the date it comes out, it'll be right in your iTunes or in your Google Play music. Okay, y'all, sorry. It's that time. You know, I'll admit, have you guys ever done this when you just literally are, it's like that during allergy season when you just walk out with two pieces of Kleenex stuck up each nostril? That's what it's been. That's why I haven't been live. And in the morning, it's just a little tough. Oh my goodness, there's my cousin. Hello, Evelyn. How are you? I love when my cousins from Louisiana check in. There is, speaking of Louisiana, coming up April 12th, if you go on Eventbrite, there's some tickets. The Louisiana Country Music Group here in Middle Tennessee is having a crawfish boil. They're going to have food and fun and music April 12th. I've got some details coming up about that not too long from now. There is Aaron. Hello. I am on the mend. I'm getting there. I couldn't even see very well when I, sick because my eyes were so swelled up and just, Lord have mercy. It's the stuff. It's this time of year. But it's about to move on out. The stuff that I'm allergic to, I think it's moving on out. And I realized, why don't you take some Claritin? Those allergy meds make me feel weird. So I have a tendency to avoid them. I just kind of do. Hey, y'all, you know what's coming up this week? At Mont Haven Arts and Cultural Center in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Wade Hayes will be there this Thursday night at 6:00. And it's going to be an acoustic show. It's a wonderful time. And if you haven't been out to Mont Haven, it's the coolest place ever. I mean, there are over 11,000 kids that have taken art classes at Mont Haven. And the Heritage Music Series is part of the way they fund that amazing time. And that's my neighbor, Wade Hayes. And so he's going to be over there. And so we're just going to have to get over there. I'm sure EB and I are going to be just tootling over so we can see Wade. that's kind of what we do. Who else is checking in this afternoon? Leslie, pollen hit here 2 days. My blue car is yellow. You're in North Carolina, though. They've got those pine trees. Pine pollen is like, oh my goodness. Aaron, I can't remember. Aaron, where are you? It hasn't quite started yet. I take allergy meds. Yeah, allergy meds don't work for me. I mean, I maybe they would if I took them, but they make me feel so weird, and I'm crazy enough as it is. Hello, Paul. There's my sweet Paul from Virginia. Virginia, just by the way, if you have not been to Virginia, it is the prettiest place on the world. I always say that's where they shoot all the church calendars because it's just so pretty. Over in Arkansas, that's where Linda is. Pollen is horrible. We need rain so bad. Well, it looked like rain all day today for us. We haven't gotten any yet, but there's Greg Dillmore. Hello, sweetie. How are you? Just checking in with everybody. There's another thing coming up on March 31st. The Evening for Autism is going to be taking place. It is an amazing night. It's going to have a silent auction. Actually, that's a picture from last year, but we're going to have a whole night of stars. We're going to have people like Daryl Worley, and we're going to have sweet Doug Mathis, who's going to be there. We're going to have Tony Jackson and John Barry and a host of others, and I cannot wait. It's going to be a whole night at the Nashville Palace. Come on. Now, I'll tell you what, if you would like to have your company support this event, you can actually buy a table, and it's a table for 10, and it's $500, but it all goes to the folks at the Kennedy Center at Vanderbilt, and they do all sorts of autism research, helping parents and kids get through life just a little bit easier and studying something that helps them get through this life a lot better. Well, there are some really cool things that are happening musically in our world. Let me see if I can play a little bit from these two girls. Sarah and Kelly are part of a duo named Of a Feather. Of a Feather, not of a feather, but of a feather, like birds of a feather. And Sarah will point out that they are birds of a feather, but they are nowhere alike. They are so different. One plays a banjo, one plays a guitar, but they just have fun together. One's from Memphis, one's from Kansas City, and somehow they started making music together. And I thought I'd play a little bit of it. Now, they had me when they opened up the song about wild Mustangs.
Parcels of prairie numbered and named as the wild, wild west been tamed. Is there a home for a dream of my own, where so many others began? Have we panned all the gold? Is it all one song? Is there no it's all but the same. If there's no Mondays then, is there no more Mondays then?
Isn't that pretty? Of a Feather, No More No Man's Land is the name of that song. I just think they're just wonderful. And they are about to embark on a big old tour. And they're playing all sorts of everything from coffee houses to nightclubs to songwriter venues. And they're just fantastic. Speaking of songwriters, coming up this week, Backstage Nashville Saturday. I am there. It's a lunchtime show and it is so much fun. Earl Bud Lee, I've got friends in low places. Ed Hill, find out who your friends are. John Decius, and he's part of the whole Ella Langley crew of songwriters. Josiah Siska is making his debut with Backstage Nashville. He's a great traditional country singer. And Riley Bourne, who is brand new as well. And so it's going to be a very cool show. And if you want to be a part of that, you can get tickets at backstagenashville.net. It usually sells out. But I will tell you, if you've got people in town and you need to take them to see something in Nashville, what we have learned is this is the secret weapon. You can take them there. Doors open at 11 a.m. on a Saturday. You have your lunch. You're heading to the house about 2:45. You're home before it gets dark. And if they want to go down to Lower Broadway, they can. Or if they want to go out to see the Opry, they can. But you can go home and you've still had a wonderful day of music. And that's very, very cool. That's kind of what we do. All right. So March 26th, Mont Haven, Hendersonville, you got Wade Hayes. Then March 31st at the Nashville Palace, an evening for autism. You can go to the Facebook page for the event and get tickets right there. An evening for autism. Just put that in the search bar. It'll pop right up. Go to my page. I pinned it to the top. And Daryl Worley, one of my favorite voices in the world, is going to kick off the show. Just can't wait. A lot of surprises. Just take a look. And Paul, you are right. Tony Jackson is the best. He's coming in from Virginia, and he's just fantastic. Oh, by the way, season 11 is up for Jimmy Bowen and Friends. These are shows that you can see on MyTV30, on Fox. You can see it locally on the CW here in Nashville, or you can see them on Heartland Television, Canyon Star Television, and a whole bunch of other places. So 200 million homes, you can see Jimmy Bowen and Friends. Or, sometimes they're putting that package together and they're going to be touring a lot with some of the artists that are playing that show. So it's a lot of stuff coming up. But, April 23rd, the Mboro Baking Bash will feature Linda Davis and the Scott family. That's Linda Davis and Lang, and I don't know which daughter will be with them that particular night, but the Scott family, I'm telling you, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to have food. We're going to have drink. We're going to have desserts. It's going to be fabulous, all to buy a recovery house in the borough for women who are getting their lives together. And so that's April 23rd. And any of those things that I talk about, you can find, just send me a message and I'll tell you about it. I know. I love the Scott family. And there's my sweet melody guy. I love my melody guy. Backstage is awesome. And we love when you go. That's Angie, who is checking in from North Carolina. She's out there at the Outer Banks. I think it might be Riley. I think you're right. The younger one will be with them. See, I can always count. EB, you always know. You always know. We got to get you there too. So it's going to be a cool night in Murfreesboro. So we got things going on in Hendersonville, in Nashville, the borough. So if you got something to go, just give me a message. Just send it to me. You can message me here on Facebook, or I love you too, Melody Guy. Uh, if you have something that is coming up for you, get in touch with me here. Maybe you need a little help with your event. Message me here. Maybe you got some new music or a new book or something that's happening. Let me know, because we like to let people know what's going on in Nashville. Normally we would be with you in the morning around 10 o'clock, but this morning at 10 o'clock, I was still sneezing and wheezing, but I'm better by the afternoon. So I said, you know what? Coffee break is going to be the coffee break. Some people don't drink coffee after noon. I can drink coffee at midnight and go right to sleep. So if you're a Louisiana person, I just remember we drank strong coffee in the middle of the afternoon. If it was hot as blue blazes and that coffee was hot and strong, that's just what we did. What'd she say? EB says, looking forward to all music related fundraisers coming up. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of stuff happening. Well, that's it for today. I'm just going to say sayonara. And if you have not followed Heifers, Horses, and Hoedowns, Katie Smith and I have got a fun little podcast that we are doing, and we're just growing it. So go over to that Facebook page and click like, and it'll let you know when we've got a new episode. We're going to film another one this week, and it'll be fun. It will be fun. I think there's more events coming up, but just follow here. I know that in May, we got a really cool golf tournament coming up called A Cure for Our Friends with my friend Vera Smith. And they do so much to help families that experience cystic fibrosis within the family. So a lot of cool things. Nashville area, Tennessee is the volunteer state. And so many wonderful events coming up. And there are things that you might not know about if you don't follow us here, because they don't have big budgets to advertise those things. So we just kind of talk about it. And if you share them, get tickets. We like to have a big old battalion. So we'll have the Devon table. How about that? And y'all all can come in for these events. Okay, you can't all come in for these events, but I know that about half the people watching today are all going to be part of the family reunion with Twitty and Lynn out at Hurricane Mills. So I'll see you guys then, probably. And up until tomorrow, you guys have a nice night. Drive safe if you're heading home. If you have your coffee, I hope that you can sleep tonight. And go pet a horse. Stand barefoot in the grass. Enjoy yourself. Life is hard for a lot of people these days. Life's hard pretty much for everybody. Oh, I don't know how I almost forgot this, because everybody is talking about it and it broke my heart. I got a sweet message from Lance Droz, and he let me know that Ronnie Bowman, probably one of the best humans that has ever been in this town, just a stellar human being, one of the best singers. You don't even know that you know him. His voice has been on so much. It's just one of those beautiful voices. He's been in bluegrass and gospel. He's been in country music. He wrote Never Wanted Nothing More for Kenny Chesney with Chris Stapleton. It's just a brilliant human being. And he was out on a beautiful day this weekend and took a curve on his motorcycle and had an accident. And they pulled life support yesterday, and he left us, and he left his beautiful, precious wife, Garnet, and their family. And if you see his name on Facebook, if you don't know him, I know that you wish you did, because he's just that kind of person. He was part of our Backstage Nashville family, and we miss him so much. I was going to leave you with a song, but I couldn't, with copyright issues, download and put it on this particular broadcast. But if you go to my page, or if you go to YouTube, just type in Ronnie Bowman and take a deep dive and listen to that voice. Listen to that voice. I always say, when someone like his personality, when he left, I just felt like everything light in our world just kind of dimmed a little, because that big sunny personality went somewhere else. So God bless all the family, friends, and people who have been touched by Ronnie Bowman and his voice and his personality and his presence. You guys have a beautiful night. Hug the people that you love. Life is short. Have a good one. Bye.